Good day, everyone. I'm Coach Steve from Middle Kingdom Fitness. I am a certified fitness trainer and nutrition consultant. Now, every day I do a live TikTok chat in which I discuss those two topics, fitness and nutrition. And there's a lot of misinformation out there. I blame most of it on social media, but I also blame it on people who are not properly prepared to go to the gym. I dare say immature in some cases. A lot of them are teenagers who think if they just go to the gym, they're going to get the results they want. Not only will they get the results, they'll get them overnight. There's a lot of, pardon the phrase, ignorance out there when it comes to fitness and nutrition. A lot of fake news, fake media, and I'm here to clear it up. So I've created Coach Steve's Top 10 Frequently Asked Questions list. These are the questions that I get most often in my TikTok chat. I've listed them down and I'm looking at my phone just so I can be transparent with you. They're not in any particular order and some of them are multi-topic. I don't have anything scripted out. I just have them listed. So if I mess up a word or just understand that I'm just speaking from my experience off the top of my mind. One question that I get often, it's actually three separate questions. I'm combining it into one. What is the best diet? What is the best training split? What is the best cardio for me? And the answer is, there is no best. Consistency is king. Whatever you do, as long as you do it consistently, you're fine. Let's start with cardio. Studies show that running or skipping rope or swimming burn the most fat. But if you can't do those very well or you don't enjoy them, then you're not going to do them consistently. So the answer is whatever is your favorite form of cardio exercise is the best for you. Let's just move into diet right there. What's the best kind of diet for me? Well, same exact answer. Whichever is the most sustainable diet that you can follow for the rest of your life. All diets are caloric deficit. So people often ask me, is caloric deficit good? It's the only way. Every single diet fits under the category of caloric deficit. It means you're eating less calories than your body needs to eat to maintain its current size. If you want to lose fat, you have to be in a caloric deficit. If you want to put on lean muscle, you have to be in a caloric surplus. Now remember, if you're trying to lose fat, you didn't put it on overnight, don't expect to lose it immediately. And I'm going to touch on that later in another topic. Fasting. No. The only kind of fasting that is safe for you is intermittent fasting. And that's only if you're trying to burn fat. If you're trying to build muscle, I do not recommend it. I don't even recommend it if you're trying to maintain it. What's the best training split? Part 3 of the first question. Different people have different goals. Different people have different experiences. Different people have different injury histories. Different people have different body types. Different people have different accessibility to equipment. Different people have different amounts of time available to train. So again, there isn't one perfect split. That being said, when I take on a new client, for the first 2 to 3 weeks, I have them doing full body weight exercises, no equipment, just their body weight, and full body workouts. So each time that we train, they are doing one exercise per muscle group. And I like to start from the top and work my way down. Just the way I like to do it. So let's look at the next. How can I lose body fat? Actually, the question I get more often than not is belly fat. I think that's what I meant to write. And I hate to break it to you, and this is one of the biggest misconceptions about nutrition or about fitness, is you cannot spot reduce. You can't pick an area and say, I want to lose fat there. And you might argue, well, I'll just do more exercises for that area. That's not burning fat. And remember, our physique is determined 80% by what we eat and 20% of the exercise. You can't out-train a bad diet. That's a cliche, but it's true. So you can lose body fat, absolutely, but you can't pick where it's from. Your body has already determined that. It's genetically predisposed where you store your body fat and where you're likely to burn it. So don't think doing 1,000 crunches is going to give you six-pack abs. Another cliche is abs are made in the kitchen, not in the gym. Same thing, because again, 80 to 20. Food is 4%, not 4%, I'm sorry. 4 times more important than the exercise. Creatine versus whey. This is a very frustrating question for me because they're two separate things and it's not fair to compare them. That's like saying, hey, Coach Steve, what's the difference between an orange and a pencil? Which is better? And it's two things that can't be compared. Now, protein is designed to help you build muscle. Creatine, one of the benefits is to give you fuller muscles, but it doesn't necessarily build the muscle. It may give you more energy and more stamina to work out harder to get the muscle, but it doesn't actually give you the muscle like protein. That being said, I recommend that if you can only get one of those items, get the creatine. And here's my reason. That is because creatine is very hard to come across in food. And even the foods that do have creatine have it in such trace insignificant amounts that it's not going to make a difference. Protein you can get from a variety of foods. So I recommend go for the creatine first. Let's look at the next frequently asked question. Is creatine safe? Or the question I always get is, what are your thoughts on creatine? I don't have thoughts because there's nothing to think about. It's really I want to say it's foolproof because it is. Creatine is the most researched, safest supplement on the market. And you can't go wrong. It's the one thing that I recommend for everyone, no matter what age, no matter what training level. That being said, I do recommend that you have between 5 and 7 grams a day. Conventional wisdom for many, many years said 5, but now I have seen research where people are saying 5 to 10. So I'm going to say 5 to 7 grams per day. You must take it every day. People ask me, should I take it when I don't train? Absolutely. It's all about consistency, especially with this. It has to build in your system and remain there. So if you're going to let it go low, then you're just doing yourself a disservice. Next question people ask me, which creatine should I get? Well, there are many different levels of creatine, 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. But all the research that I've come across says none of the advanced levels, and I should say advanced levels, have a significant enough difference that you should spend the extra money to get them. Simple creatine monohydrate. That's all you need. That's all you need. Brand doesn't matter. Any creatine monohydrate. Oh, and I remember the next thing I was going to mention. A lot of people say, should I do a loading phase? Because they've read somewhere that you should start for 3 or 4 days, maybe even a week, with 20 grams of creatine and then drop it down to 5. Absolutely not. Do not do that. It is a waste of your money, and it's just not necessary. If you take the 5 grams a day as prescribed, it might take an extra day or 2 for the creatine to get absorbed into your system. But what's the rush? Just take it. Take 5 grams at a time. Otherwise, you're going to run out more. You're going to make the supplement companies richer. And I sell supplements, and I'm telling you not to do that. What age should I start lifting? I personally don't think that you should start lifting until you're at least 15 years old. A lot of people want to start sooner because, again, it's all over social media. And a lot of people think that their window is passed, and that's ridiculous. You can never be too old to start. Personally, I started when I was 22. A lot of people ask me about how they can change their height. You can't. You can't. There's no exercise, there's no supplement that will increase your height. That is, again, genetically predisposed. Now, are there things that you can do that would stunt your growth? Steroid abuse, and I really emphasize the word abuse, smoking. But your height is your height. For the most part, there's nothing you can do to change it except expensive, painful surgery that takes a year or more to recover from. Here's a little pet peeve of mine. A lot of people ask me, Coach Steve, what's the fastest way to build muscle? Or what's the fastest way to lose fat? Or some variation on that. I need to lose 30 kilograms in a month. And right away, I know that those people will not be my future clients because I won't accept them. But I also know that they're not serious, they're not committed, and they're not going to be consistent. Let's say that you could lose that much in a month. It would have to be drastic, dangerous measures to do so. You practically have to starve yourself. So what happens when that month is over? Well, I lost all the weight, so let me go back to eating what I was before. You've defeated the purpose. So just like I said earlier, the best diet is the one that you can stay on for the rest of your life. It has to be sustainable. You have to make a lifestyle change. You know, it's like I said before too. You didn't lose it overnight. Don't expect, you didn't gain it overnight. You didn't reach that weight overnight, so you're not going to lose it overnight. And same with building muscle. It's going to take you at least 3 months before you see minimal results. Most of us have been at it for years. In fact, there's a point of diminishing returns where after so many years, the gains are much slower and harder to come by. I'm definitely at that point in my life. Is it okay to train at home, Coach Steve? Of course it is. This is another comment that gets under my skin. As long as you're practicing progressive overload, you have an organized, structured, logical workout plan, it doesn't matter where you are. Your body doesn't know the difference. Your body doesn't, oh, he's at home today, so I'm going to build muscle slower. It doesn't work that way. On the same note, people ask me, is it better if I use free weights or if I use machines or I use bands? Same answer. As long as you're practicing progressive overload, your technique is good, you're getting the rest that you need, your body doesn't know the difference. Just be consistent, and again, I can't say it enough, progressive overload. Coach, is it okay if I work out late at night? Again, consistency is key. It doesn't matter when you work out. Just try and work out about the same time, not exactly, on a regular basis. I recommend most people, especially beginners, do 3 days a week. But your body doesn't know if it's 2 a.m., it doesn't know if it's 2 p.m. You know, your time clock is your own time clock. You're going to get the same gains as long as you're consistent, as long as you're practicing progressive overload, and as long as you use good technique. A lot of people ask me, Coach Steve, how much can you bench press? What's your personal best? What's your 1 rep maximum? Deadlifts, squats, how much can you do? Who cares? Why are you comparing yourself to anyone else? Compare yourself to you. Try and do better than you did last time and keep doing. That's progressive overload. Don't worry about the other guy. Don't worry that he's doing 315-pound bench presses and you're doing 135. Just be better next time. Next time do 140, then 145, and just keep going. You don't know his backstory. You don't know how long he's been doing. The only person that you should try and impress is yourself. And as a bodybuilder, 1 rep maxes mean nothing to me. Nothing at all. I want to build muscle. That's it. If I get stronger, fine, but I don't care. And you know what? Powerlifters, strongman competitors, they may do one rep lifts in competition, but they don't train that way. It's ego lifting. It's so you can say, I bench 225. Who cares? It has nothing to do with it. You're begging for an injury if you ego lift, if you're looking for one rep maximum. That's where you're going to tear your pec. That's where you're going to tear your bicep. I've seen it time and time again. Just try and be a better you. Don't worry about it. I'll never share that information. On a kind of related note, people ask me on TikTok all the time to flex. Same reason. I won't flex. I'm not here to impress you. I'm not here to perform. I'm here to inform. I'm here to instruct. I'm here to teach, to give you tips. I'm not going to perform for you. And you know what? I'm never going to be satisfied with my progress. I'm making progress every week, but my expectations continue to grow. So I'm never, unless I do a bodybuilding competition sometime down the road, I'm not going to be the guy at the gym posing and hoping that other people are seeing. I'm not going to be the guy flexing on TikTok. Nope, not me. Well, those are my 10 frequently asked questions, but I'm going to give you a bonus. And it is a little bit self-serving, I admit. Coach Steve, are your services free? Well, yes and no. I am more than happy to provide tips and advice on either fitness or nutrition or both, as long as they're universal, if they help the majority of the people in the TikTok chat. If they're more individual in nature, then I'm still willing to do it for free, but in a direct message. No obligation. And the other thing that I do for free is I provide you the ideal caloric intake, whether you're trying to lose fat or put on muscle. And I need that also in a personal message because I have to ask you 5 questions in order to calculate that number for you. So that is all free. However, there is a boundary in the sand. And on one side of that boundary, you have tips and advice and ideal caloric intake. And on the other side, Coach Steve, what workout should I do to build my triceps? Coach Steve, please design an exercise plan for me. Coach Steve, please create a diet for me where I can lose fat or put on muscle. And that falls into the category of personal trainer / nutrition consultant. And again, I'm very certified, highly qualified. I've been doing this for decades. It's amazing. It's overwhelming to me how many people, and I'm supposing that these are all self-entitled teenagers, who want me to train them for free. Oh, but I don't have money. Oh, but I'm a student. Not everyone is entitled to a trainer. It's not a right, it's a privilege. And to become a trainer, I had to study hard, I had to invest a lot of money, I have ongoing expenses, I have insurance, I have taxes. Just my coursework alone in Filipino currency, I've paid over $250K just in coursework alone, let alone all of the other expenses. So it's very disrespectful to me as a person and to the occupation as a whole that you think you're going to get it for free. Do you walk into restaurants and ask for a free meal? Do you walk into a car dealership and expect to walk out with a free car? Of course not. Why is this different? Because it's not a tangible product? Because I don't have a physical office? Come on, guys, you got to do better than that. So these are my 10 most frequently asked questions, plus the bonus. I am going to post this on all of my social media outlets, and I'm going to pin it wherever possible, because this is important. And if you're in my TikTok chat and things are hectic like it's been lately, I'm going to refer you to this list so you can have the questions answered on your own in more depth. And if you have anything that you think I left off, message me. Let me know. If you need further explanation on any of these frequently asked questions, message me, and I'll be happy to discuss it with you. Until then, thanks for watching. Commit to consistency. Stay positive, stay strong. 0 excuses accepted ever.